Heartfelt Media. This is Sophia with Grace Braswell.
Hello.
She's actually got a performance tonight at Backslide Vintage here in Nashville, and it is presented by Nameless Sessions.
Yay!
Thank you so much for being here with me,
Of
especially on like short notice.
Oh my God,
and I know
yeah.
you're super busy today, so
I wasn't that busy. You're good.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about your show tonight?
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm kind of nervous because I haven't had a show in a while, but I'm also really excited because the lineup is like insane. Bridie's amazing, Grace is amazing, other Grace, and then just the staff is amazing. Like everybody's just like, I'm so excited.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a good lineup of women, and I'm glad that it's like an all-woman lineup too.
Yes.
You know, I feel like you don't really see that a lot, but I'm excited to play with some girls.
Yes, I'm really excited too.
Yay.
Do you have any like special preparations that you do for shows?
I mean, panic a little bit and call my mom, and she's like, "You're gonna do great." And I'm like, "Thanks." And then talk to my friends to like panic less.
So
That's not how it goes.
Any rituals, like do you have like a playlist to get you high for anything?
Oh, I've been listening to a lot of like East Atlanta rap, and so like that'll be on my headphones, or like what's his name, Fred Again. I've been listening to a lot of Fred Again, so like that'll be like turned all the way up in my car. Which isn't like super like ritualistic, but it is like I'm getting fired, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So getting pumped.
How do you go about choosing what songs you play for shows?
Okay, so it depends on like what I've finished completely and what I feel like comfortable playing, and also like how many times I've played that song out. So for example, I have a song that I'm playing tonight called Goodwill Nightgown, and it's like probably one of my favorite songs I've ever written. It's about my hometown and like teenage pregnancy and like all of these things that happen in LaGrange, Georgia, where I'm from. And it's just like really special to my heart. So I try to always play that one because it's my favorite.
Yeah.
But I have two new ones that I'm playing tonight, and those I chose this one because they're finished, they're done, and they hold a lot of weight to me.
Okay.
I feel like those songs are important to my story of like, I guess like struggle, but also like they just mean a lot to me. So yeah, I don't know, that's like kind of how I choose. It's just like based on how much they mean to me, and yeah.
Okay. How would you describe your music? Like what genre, maybe?
It's definitely folk, singer-songwriter for sure. It's very storytelling. Like this is the exact scenario I'm giving it to you, basically. It's not super metaphorical or anything, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any like musical influences? Like,
I love John Prine, like classic. Love that man. Love his writing. I remember in 2012 I had a Kindle Fire, and on there I had like the Chicks, Casey Musgrave's Same Trailer, Different Park, her 2012 album that I listened to religiously when I was like 12, 13. And so I think that really shaped the way that I like think about music, was just that like, cause she was so like badass at the time and still kind of like told stories. So that's not super recent, but it definitely shaped the way I think about music.
Yeah, absolutely. How long have you been writing and performing?
I wrote my first song when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
It's called Here's a Ruby for Your Pocket, and
That's so cute.
yeah, my uncle used to play in bars around LaGrange, and so I would be like 6 years old, and he would play on guitar, and I'd be singing to this like bar, which is like low-key kind of weird, but not really. It's just kind of how I grew up, I guess. But so ever since then, I'd like known that this is something that I like love doing. It just came like, it was like second nature. Like it's like I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna write a song today, and I don't think anything about it. It's just what I do. So I started when I was 6, but it's been like a lifelong like thing for me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And are you like recording, editing, producing everything on your own, or do you have some help?
I actually am not currently recording anything. I have songs that I really want recorded. I'm just these songs are very personal, and they're very real, and they are my life. Everything that I write about is truth. Like it's stuff that has happened in my life, and that means that when I get them produced, I want them to be done in their full form. And so I'm still kind of scouting for somebody that I feel like would make sense for my music. I would like a woman producer, but they're kind of hard to come by, which is crazy. But if you guys know any women producers out there who want to work with me, let me know. Because a lot of my stories are like, they're hard. They're hard to play, and they're hard to work with, honestly.
Well, I look forward to whenever you do release some stuff.
Thank you.
I've been listening to your Instagram stories over and over.
That's so sweet. That like means a lot to me. I never think anybody listens to what
Oh no, I listen to it like, if you can see the views, 60 of them are mine.
Oh, that's like really sweet.
Speaking of like how personal these songs are to you. I notice you reference like the tail end of your teenage years a lot in your music. And I guess if I had to describe your music, it really feels like a coming of age kind of story. And I love how you said storytelling, because that's what it feels like. Like we can follow along with you from 2022, whenever your first story was, with the music that you've written to now. It's like we're following your thought processes, your feelings, your experiences, and I don't know, I really like it.
That's like really sweet. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the tail end of my teenage years, and all like transparency, I write like I said, I write a lot of truth, but I like was a big partier in college, like balls to the wall. This is what I'm doing. I'm going. I give 110% of myself to everything that I do, and unfortunately, that includes my party habits. So that was a period of my time where I was like, whoa, like I gotta slow down before I like lose my mind. And so yeah, that's the tail end of my teenage years. That was kind of like I didn't want to get sober at 19, 20, you know, because like I'm not even 21 yet. But I was like, I gotta do something right.
Gotta do something different. So we all kind of use music to process big emotions that we have, and I definitely hear that in your music. Do you have any specific songs or artists that have helped you in that way?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Every time somebody asks me like specific artists, I'm like, I freeze, because I feel like I am so invested in people's lives and stories, and I love the way people tell their lives in any art form. And so whether it be my friend, shout out Melanie McLaren, she's amazing, I love her. My friend Melanie, she writes these insane songs that I feel like are really inspiring to me, but also like, I don't know, just I can be like at a random bar and like hear somebody and hear the story that they're telling and hear their original music and just be so inspired by that. So I feel like every single day of my life, I'm either listening to a new playlist or a new song, or I'm going to a new show and I'm hearing these people tell their stories, and it just inspires me literally every single day. And so I feel like a compilation of all of those things have made me who I am and the way that I view stories. So yeah.
That's beautiful. That is like honestly the best way to put it. That we're all just like a mishmash of what we've been around like throughout our lives.
Yes, that's how I feel too. I think that like, I don't know, I think that everything that I've ever experienced and touched and loved and felt is who I am. It's every single person I've slept with, every single person I've loved, every single person that's loved me, every interaction I've had at a coffee shop. It's like every single thing that has ever happened to me is who I am. And I like, even like the terrible things that have happened, I'm like, thank God that happened, because if not, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, like that's, I feel like I do put a lot of that into my music because it's just so like important to me. Like, I don't know, I love that thought process, I guess.
I think you might have already answered this, but what song do you think you have the biggest emotional connection to?
Oh my God, I have a hard time with this question. A lot of them are very difficult.
Do you love different ones for different reasons?
I love different ones for different reasons. Like I said, a lot of my stories, all of my stories they're personal anecdotes. They all happened, and like, I try to like, I don't know, I write a lot about my sobriety journey. I've really struggled with substance abuse like since I was like 17, and I've been sober since August, which is like really exciting for me. I know, that's good. But like, I was just so depressed and so sad, and so many things happened to me. I write all of that down because if I didn't write it down and like get it out, I wouldn't know what to do with it, like living inside of my body and like boiling up like a freaking pot that's about to explode. So I mean, there's a touch of that like journey in a lot of my songs, because a lot of my experiences have included like substance abuse. So and that's like hard to like talk about, especially like a interview setting, but I preach vulnerability, and I always talk about how important it is. And so if I'm gonna preach that, like I have to like practice it. So that's like the truth. That's my story.
It's something that's very relatable for a lot of people, but not everyone wants to talk about it.
It's like, you know, it's my journey. We're on my journey.
Do you ever feel like very exposed as an artist? And you
terrified.
Brought up that's why you haven't really recorded yet. Is because of that?
Oh no, I'm so terrified of what people think of my music. Every time I post on Instagram, I almost have like a nervous breakdown. Like I have to delete Instagram Instagram, the app, off my phone, and then re-download it later to see what people are saying, because I'm so scared of what people say about me, because it is so personal. Like, it's...
Have you gotten a lot of hate?
No.
Okay, good.
Nobody's hating on me.
Good.
Unless you are, and in which case you are, like, don't tell me, please. I'd rather not know. But no, I've only gotten like really positive things, but it's just like, like I'm talking about my sex life, and I'm talking about sobriety, and like people that I hate, people that I love, and like all this shit that went down, and it's like y'all don't need to be here in my life for real, but I'm gonna tell you anyways.
Basically.
Yeah, so it's terrifying. I'm like, oh my God. But it's worth it, because then like I'll play shows and then people will come up to me and be like, you know what, me too. Like that same shit happened to me, and I'm like, oh my God, we're the same. Yeah. Like it makes me feel like I'm doing something that's like worthwhile.
It offers a sense of community for a lot of people, and that's something that a lot of people crave, is to feel included or accepted or like, you know, just connected to someone.
No, absolutely, and I think that's just so important, and we're all on our phones so much, and it's so scary because everybody's watching everything that you're doing at all times, and I hate that, but we gotta be there for each other. What
are some of your fondest musical memories, I guess, as a child?
Oh my gosh, so I used to do this like teenage songwriting course called at Pure Life Studios in LaGrange, Georgia. Shout out Miss Maggie. But it would just be me and a bunch of teenagers, and we'd meet every like Tuesday or something like that, and we'd all sit and jam and write together. And we were just like 14, 15 at the time. So cool. And it was like, you don't really get that in a small town. You don't really get that anywhere. And it was like this woman, and she just like genuinely cared about the well-being and the art and the craft of songwriting. And I think that's how I learned that I have worth as a songwriter, is because she pushed me to be the best version of myself that I could possibly be. And I got to meet so many of like my best friends. I formed a band called Nobody's Rose, and we like recorded an EP. It's terrible. It's not terrible. It's a 15-year-old version of myself. So just keep that in mind. But I don't know, we like played at a festival with Rainbow Kitten Surprise and Group Love and like all these things through Pure Life, and it taught me how to feel confident as a writer and in myself as a person, because I was so like cherished, I guess, in that space. So I think that's my favorite like musical memory, probably.
I'm so glad that you had someone like that in your life that like really inspired you and pushed you to do something like that.
It was like really sweet. It was awesome. Yeah.
Do you remember the first time that you ever like performed or sang publicly?
I mean, I was playing in bars when I was like 6, until, but Pure Life is when I like really started playing, and there were a few songs that I had that were like really personal to me as like a 14, 15-year-old, and they were also all pretty vulnerable. It was like I was dating this little 16-year-old at the time. In the songs, I was talking about how scared I was of him like breaking my heart. And I was 15. I was like, you know, I'm not really worthy of love, but I think you're so cute and fun, and like
it's so cute. Love, girl, you have no idea. You have no idea what's coming.
And so it was like, even before like the relationship started, I was like, oh, I'm so scared, and I wrote about it, and I was playing it live. I think for my first real like live performance, I think I was 12 years old, and it was at Pure Life, and I was playing songs that I had written and like worked on and perfected over the summer with Miss Maggie.
So you're also a music journalist.
Yes.
And is that something that like you've always wanted to do?
Oh, yeah.
Or how did you come into it?
Yeah, so I love music journalism. I love it so dearly. It is my favorite thing in the world. I literally wake up every single day of my life and I think, oh my God, thank fucking God this is my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I was 15 years old and I walked into LaGrange Daily News, which is the newspaper that was in my hometown. And I walked in and I said, hey, can I intern for you guys? Can I write for you guys? I want to be writing. Like I have an itch that I needed to scratch, and it was the writing itch. And they were like, okay, period, yes. And so I started interning there. I would listen to like the police scanner and like write the police reports or whatever for the newspaper. But then they started sending me out on assignments when I could start driving my car. My mom would take me to the LaGrange Daily News and pick me up from the LaGrange Daily News so I could write about the police reports. I started writing about Pure Life, and there's like a bunch of musicians that come through there, a lot of like bluegrass musicians and things of that nature, which I'm super drawn to. I love like bluegrass, folk, Americana, and then there was a Sweetland Amphitheater, and there were artists that were coming through there, and one of them was St. Paul and the Broken Bones, and so I was writing for St. Paul and the Broken Bones at like 16 years old, and like John Prine played there, Emmylou Harris. I was like covering all these like crazy huge names that were in like Range, Georgia, mind you. It was insane. But I was like, this is the only thing that I want to do for the rest of my life, and I'm going to make it happen. Like, I don't care. Like, this is literally the only thing I want to do. And so I just kept doing it through college, moved to Nashville, doing it here, and now, yeah, that's my career. So
I feel like you're a really good person to ask this question because of your job.
Okay, good.
So how do you think social media and the internet has affected like the music business, the music industry?
Okay, I have the largest love-hate relationship with social media because like as a person, I cannot stand social media. I mean, I love social media. I am addicted to social media. I'm the first one to wake up and get on Instagram and scroll, and then go to bed at night, still scrolling on Instagram, and then go to sleep. However, I feel so isolated, and I feel like I am so alone because a lot of what I care about is what I'm posting on Instagram. And I feel like I'm constantly being watched, and I feel like that's like, I have to be, like, as an artist, as a journalist, as a writer, as someone who is a creative. I feel like my presence in this town, in this world, in this like field is important, and the way that I present myself in this field is important. And so it like eats me alive. And so like, as important as it is to like have a brand and like have a name for yourself and like put yourself out there on socials, and like as important as it is to like meet people and like you know, live your little social media life, it is like equally as important to like log off and go to shows. Go to shows, go with
local artists.
Support local artists, go to the show. Just because you're liking somebody's Instagram story doesn't mean that you're supporting them and going to their show. Catch me at all the shows in Nashville. If you have a show, text me, I'll come. Like, seriously. I am like the biggest advocate for live music. But
I love the underground scene.
Yes.
That's why I'm like doing this.
And I think that's amazing. Like, seriously, like props to you. I think that this is like the best thing that you could possibly be doing in this town, because there's like a Vaned, like I don't know, there's like a gloom happening over here where everybody's kind of like in their own little cliquey bubbles, and it kind of drives me insane because I'm like, bro, like get out of your bubble, go do something that you wouldn't normally do.
Make friends, talk to people, network.
Period. But yeah, so that's how I feel about that.
Do you have any secret projects in the works? Like
no.
Any other shows or announcements that you're
no, I'm just writing so much. I write every day of my life. I sit down on my bedroom floor with a pen and a piece of paper, and I write at least something down, and that is the only thing I'm doing right now. So if anybody wants to like collaborate or also write with me, or like, I don't know, hang out.
Or are there any female producers out there that would love to do that for her?
Female producers, yes, queen, yes, love that. Hit me up, because I love collaborating and I love people.
Let everyone know like where they can kind of follow your journey, your social medias and everything.
Sweet. So hi, my name is Grace Braswell. So it's Grace and then an E. My middle name is Elizabeth and then Braswell, and that's me.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming and sitting in the cold with me.
No, of course.
I don't know how you're going without a jacket right now.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll be fine.
I do have a little thing for you.
Aww.
I made a little bracelet. Speed Trap is my favorite song by you so far. Now,
oh my god, you like listen to my music and you made a bracelet for my music?
Yeah. No, some letters are backwards. I did not mean to do that.
Guys, I have a song called like, it's about LaGrange again.
It was very relatable for me. I also grew up in a very small town that's like just good enough that I guess you could settle for staying here. And
this is like so sweet. Thank you so much. You made a bracelet for my music. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I never think about anybody listening to me, so like that means the world to me. So like, thank you. You're amazing. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. This is the kindest thing anybody's ever done for me.
I'm happy to support you on your journey, and I'm so excited to follow you. So.
Getting married, getting drunk, falling in and out of love.